and extended his hand in her direction, and Cheyanne hesitantly placed hers inside. "Good morning, Mr. Jones. Thank you for meeting with me."
"Trust me, the pleasure is all mine."
Chandler released her hand and pulled the dark brown chair back slightly for her to sit. As she did, his closeness caused her arms to cover with chills. He didn't return to his seat behind his desk until she was seated comfortably. And it wasn't until he'd done the same that Cheyanne released the breath she was holding. He was handsome. Handsome seemed like too basic of a word. His tall, athletic frame was covered in Nutella brown skin. The tapered low fade fit his square-shaped head perfectly. Chandler's beard was thick and shiny, surrounding skin-colored, juicy lips. His eyes were dark, tight, and like lasers as he stared at her. The playful smile was barely there, but visible enough to keep Cheyanne calm. "Shall we begin?" she asked, lacing her fingers in her lap. While Cheyanne wouldn't say the stare-down was awkward, it evoked a feeling she didn't need to explore with the man she hoped to soon be working for.
"I suppose so."
Chandler sat up in his seat and picked up what Cheyanne assumed was her resume.
"Are you in a rush?"
Cheyenne's lips lifted slightly as she smirked. "Not necessarily, but I'm anxious about the interview. I really want this job." Chandler's brows wrinkled as he read over her history. She nibbled her bottom lip, willing her leg not to shake. His head shook as he sighed and sat back in his seat. Their eyes locked, and yet again, her heart stilled.
"What are you doing here, Cheyanne?"
Her mouth opened and closed, but he continued.
"You know you're overqualified for this position. You double-majored in communications law and international business, and you have a master's in business management. I feel like I would be taking advantage of you if I hired you to be my assistant."
Cheyanne smiled as she carefully considered how she wanted to respond. "I understand how my background can make you come to that conclusion. However, instead of viewing me being overqualified as a bad thing, why don't you look at the benefits?"
"Which are?"
"Well," Cheyanne sat up in her seat, swallowing her nervousness. "My degree should make you confident that I will not only be able to handle the basic requirements of this position, but go above and beyond as well. I can help you with your schedule, planning, calls, and everything else listed, but I can also sit in on meetings to take notes and offer my expertise when it pertains to your deals. Only if you wanted me to. That's not my way of asking to be your partner or anything. Just a second set of ears and a fresh mind if needed. I also have connections that you might find useful, and the experience to handle meetings on your behalf if needed." Chandler massaged his temple before picking up the resume again.
"I can't pay you what was offered, Cheyanne. If I agree to this, I'll have to double your salary."
"Oh, you don't. Is that? If you can afford it?" Chandler chuckled as he stood.
"Don't worry about that. I'll have someone in HR send you a compensation package to look over. If the benefits are to your liking, the job is yours."
A smile spread Cheyenne's lips as she stood. "That sounds wonderful. Thank you."
"Would you like to go out and celebrate?" Chandler asked, checking the time on his watch.
He made his way around the desk, stepping close enough for her to inhale his woodsy warm scent. "I don't mix business with pleasure, Mr. Jones." Cheyanne spoke softly, hoping the quiet tone would keep Chandler from hearing how breathless his closeness made her.
"Then how about you allow me to give you pleasure tonight before we start business Monday?"
"Mr.
Chandler."
Her lips parted slightly as she inhaled a deep breath.
"Only until Monday."
Chandler nodded his agreement. "Chandler, I do find you attractive, but I'd prefer to keep things professional."
"As you wish,"
he agreed with a comfortable smile, putting space between them.
"I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and if you're pleased with the package, I'll see you Monday."
"Yes, sir. I'm sure you will." Without waiting for him to say more, Cheyanne quickly left his office. It wasn't until she was away from him that she felt like herself again. She'd shared space with handsome men and been in relationships with them countless times, but being around Chandler, that was different. All she could do was pray they were able to maintain a professional relationship. "How'd it go?" Amy asked. "I think it went pretty well. You may see me Monday." "Yay!" They high-fived and said their goodbyes before Cheyanne left. She was so nervous about the interview.